guys, so glad you guys are able to join me to remember Zoe. I promised myself I'm not gonna cry, so I hope you all not going to cry, but go and enjoy this video with me. It means so much to me because I'm gonna start first to thank all of you. I had no idea how overwhelming it was going to be to see all these messages and texts and phone calls. I had no idea how much I knew you all were loving Zoe so much and enjoyed her. Yes, I did, but not to that extent. So I thank you all for that. To recap, because everybody's asking all these questions, what happened, did she suffer, how long was she sick, and on and on. So let me just recap what happened. I think it was Thursday. Remember, I have a mental disability, which my short memory and time is just off the chart. I don't have no concept of time in a normal sense, but that's a whole other story. It started, I believe it was Thursday. What is this? Saturday, yesterday was Friday, Thursday it was. She seemed like she couldn't get warm. She wasn't shivering, but to the touch she was kind of cool. And she wasn't herself. She didn't bug me as much as she would for attention. And then she threw up. The vomit was a normal, like when you have, when pets there ate something that didn't agree with them, something greasy, whatever. It was just normal, more like mucus than anything. So there was nothing in there to concern. There was no diarrhea. She just was moping around. So, I picked her up and she did feel kind of cool. And that's the video. See where I did the sleeve? I put Zoe into my vest to help her get warm, even though she had a little heater there. And then after I finished the video, I went ahead and put it down, took care of customers, and she just was moping. And then I was talking to a customer, and we see her going to her little pee-pee pad. And of course, the mom that I am, I have customers looking and checking with me to see if she's peeing or pooping and what contingency her poop is, And I think it was Mr. Myers. He was there. Yeah, she's pooping. I said, oh, is it diarrhea? Is it soft? No, it doesn't look like it. I said, oh, okay, yay, at least she doesn't have some diarrhea. So, nothing in the back, Mr. Meyer, I appreciate your help in analyzing Zoe's poop. So the poop was normal, so no concerns there. She was drinking water, but she didn't want to eat anymore. And that is so not like Zoe. Zoe is a dog, she'd be sleeping and I'd be sneaking quietly into the kitchen to grab something to eat. I try not to make any noise. There she is. I turn around and there she's there staring at me. What you eating? What you putting in your mouth? Give me some, That didn't happen with her. That was so not like her. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go get her some baby food. I know I'm so overprotected, So I locked the door, grabbed my little baby, put her in the blanket. She stayed in bed. I went and ran over to IGA and got her some baby chicken in the little jar. Well, she wouldn't take it with the spoon. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put a shrimp because I start seeing her kind of losing weight. Never seen anything like it. Maybe I'm overreacting, I don't know. But to me, she was looking like she was getting skinnier. So I put the food in the syringe and I gave it to her slowly. And you could tell she would swallow first, and she really didn't want it, but she did it for me. I know that. With no doubt in my mind, I said, Mom, I'm gonna make you happy, so I'm gonna take us while the restaurant she kind of put out. But she would take the water, and also got us on electrolyte for babies, the Peritrin, the clear one, and I gave her some of that, trying to keep her hydrated. And I says, you know what, I don't know about this. And I put her down, and I was trying to clean up. It was about closing time. Look at my baby, there she is. It was about closing time, and I figured I think I'm gonna take her to the vet, And as I picked her up to see how she's doing temperature wise, her neck made this 180-degree backwards and up and just stiffened. Not her little feet or nothing, but just the head part, you know. It kind of reminds me of when you see in goats, I have seen it, polio, where they're kind of, it's like their brain can have an infection and it just makes them turn and turn and turn. They kind of walk in circles and then fall over. It was similar to that, except I was holding her. And it wasn't later that I learned it was seizure. I've never seen a dog having seizures or him, so I really don't know what a seizure is like. But thinking back, I think it was seizures that she was having. Due to my mental disability, when trauma happens, I'm always on a flight and fight kind of motion, you know, not anymore, but you know, that's kind of my life. So as soon as like a little bit of trauma happened, I just shut down. I can think. I'm in that fight or flight kind of mode. So I'm kind of hopeless, helpless, powerless. You know, it's a very weird feeling. All I knew is, since I can't, I have to call somebody. And the funny thing is, Rhonda Farmer, I love her to death. I have taken care of her daughter, maybe the wedding dresses, alteration, whatever it was. But we weren't really friend, somebody that we hang out or be visiting each other. So it was just so weird that my first thought was with Rhonda, and I think because of the connection she has with Maria Savage, with the 4 Pounds sanctuary or rescue, whatever it is you want to call it. And I guess my brain made that connection and thought of her to call. Rhonda, forgive me, bless your heart, but I appreciate you. It was so funny because when I was saying, I don't know what's going on with Zoie, I think she's not gonna make it through the night. All I could hear Rhonda saying was, I don't have my earpiece in, I'll be there in a few minutes, because she couldn't understand. And I was thinking, what, earpiece? But she heard Zoie, and bless you, Rhonda, that was enough for you to grab Russell and came over. I mean, they were here within about 5 minutes, if so. And that must have been less than that, because in that moment, time usually seems is forever, which really it's not. So I can imagine, I mean, they were here in no time. I thank you, Russell, so much. I've never even personally met Russell. For somebody to put their life on hold and just totally stop whatever they're doing and come to a total stranger, well, not total stranger, but you all know what I mean, you know. I tell you what, unbelievable. And they came, she saw Zoie by now, she was having seizures, you know, on the counter. And so next thing Rhonda says, I mean, as a matter of fact, as she walked into the door, she was on the phone with the vet. I couldn't understand what we were saying. There were 3 people talking. She had no clue. She had bad receptionists, and I don't even know who was on the phone. It was just a little chaos, but good chaos. A chaos of love, concern, compassion. How are we gonna help this little creature? I was not in my right mind, so I couldn't respond. I couldn't speak. I just knew I have this, my baby. Try not to cry. My baby is in my arms, helpless, and she was never good in showing emotions anyway, you know, but I understood her, you know. I knew all her little body languages. She was not doing good, you know. But anyway, next thing, Rhonda, okay, come on, let's go. Get in the truck. We're taking Zoie to the vet. I love you, Rhonda. Thank you. It was a 40-minute drive, y'all. We're not talking about Russell and Rhonda taking me around the corner to see a vet. No, they took me to Washington. Now this is true humanity, love, compassion, and I'm gonna touch on it again. I'm gonna finish my story first. So on the way to the vet, I was sitting at work. I continually was telling Zoie how grateful I am for the love she had for me, what a great pet she had been for me, how she helped me with my mental disability, that without her going to Walmart, going to certain places, I couldn't do it by myself. That's how bad my mental disability is, my emotional, whatever you want to call it. Zoie is my security blanket. For me, it's taking Zoie to Walmart. It's like I see people's energy per se, you know, whatever their day, how stressful they are, their meanness, whatever. But when I walk in with Zoie in public, it's like all the attention goes to her, and they see her. 99.9% people's facial expressions, they just change. They soften, they smile. Oh, look at how cute. And it takes away from me and allows me to observe and read the room per se, you know. And that happened to me with my anxiety, my panic attacks. I used to live in constant, non-stop, 24/7 fear. And having, first was Sophie. I'll never forget Sophie. And then Zoie took over and helped me to draw the negative energy away from me and allowed me to make the necessary adjustment to be in such a crowd like Walmart and going to the laundromat and being out in public. You know, people don't know this. I used to be 2 years without leaving the home, driving a car, taking showers or anything. That's how deep my depression was. But that's a whole nother story. I'm just sharing these personal moments with you, just to show how valuable a pet can be to a human being. So you all need to be the ones that don't like animals and blah blah, whatever their issues are. You all need to step back sometimes and understand we do not know each other's story. So do not judge, do not feel like I ain't got time for you all. I just hate animals and yakety yakety yak, whatever the issue is. You know, we have to sometimes remember this. You know. But anyway, so we got to the vet. I forgot her name, and I hate this. I'm gonna post it. I promise the vet's name, but where they were located at. I'm just can't. I'm sorry, guys, but I promise I will let everybody know who this amazing vet is. We got a dog. She came on her time. The place was already closed, and I could not even fill out paperwork. I draw blanks now. Is Rhonda, my dear friend, she had to fill out my address and phone number. I'm sorry, she already had her own little problems and issues, but she was a strong little trooper there. She was there right by my side and just took over like a mama bear, you know. And I just love her for her kindness and her heart, her love she had for us, you know. Filled out the paper. We took Zoie in the back, and I let the vet know that if Zoie has to go, that I know she was ready to go, you know. I just know it. I let the vet know. I said, don't feel like you have to put the gloves on for me and be sensitive, and how am I gonna tell her that her baby is about to pass on. I know where she's at, and you know, the vet confirmed she was not even with us mentally, you know. She did not even know what was. Zoie wasn't a point. She did not know what was going on around her. She was just staring up in the air. The vet checked her eye, that right eye. She said she could see she had already brain damage, you know. And we assuming, I think from what I remember, that she might have a tumor or cancers. She had that odor, that smell about her. I know she didn't get into nothing toxic, so I know she wasn't poisoned with food or chemicals, cleaning stuff. Zoie doesn't eat nothing off the floor unless I give it to her, and unless it's something that I fixed for her. She's not gonna touch it. I mean, I could leave steaks, shrimp, whatever in the car, open sandwiches, even her favorite McDonald's, I cannot think of the name of it. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. I know you understand. McMuffin that is, you know, and I can walk away from the car, leave her in there with all the food. She will not touch nothing. I'll come in, she might be drooling, but she will not touch anything. So I know in my heart she didn't eat nothing that was toxic for her. I think, you know, we always said she has autism, she wasn't normal, and I think she always had that a tumor, a cancer within her, and it just developed. I just know that in my heart that Zoe always was a little bit off because of what she was going on, but nevertheless. So anyway, so I was holding her. Rhonda, bless her, she played the little assistant, and while I was talking to Zoe and loving on her, they went ahead and shaved her little arm, put the IV in. I don't think it was an IV. If I can remember correctly, they gave her the injection of it. And while she was going over the rainbow, I'm not gonna cry, I felt her last breath. I tried to close the little eyes, of course. They wouldn't stay closed because however it is with the muscles and nerves, however that works, you know. But she left peaceful. There was no jerking, there was no moving, and I was so happy about that, that I didn't feel any discomfort from her or anything. She just took her last breath, and off she went. Sad thing is, she left me behind, which is okay. Good Lord, I'm okay. I promise you, I really am okay. It just reminded me, Ron and I, we were crying, and we were remembering all this greatness about her. We were laughing about her just bugging me. She ready to go to McDonald's. She wants an egg McMuffin. It's 5:30. Why am I still sitting here sewing, you know? So that was the story. The next step now, I want to say, no, I didn't take her with me. I'm a firm believer. I'm not a religious person, I'm a spiritual person. And once you're gone, the spirit is gone, nobody cares what happened to the remain. That is just the sack, it's just the leftover. It's just like when you skin a cow or whatever to get to the meat. It's just the leftover, and I was not gonna take her with me. There is no point or reason for the torture. Another thing that I believe, we have no control over pain. You know, if you get punched or somebody died, the pain is real, the struggle is real, but we do control suffering. And what is the point of me taking Zoe, her remainings, with me to continue to suffer? I'm just not willing to do that. I work too hard on my mental health to get me where I am today. So I told her they can keep the remain. I don't want no ashes, nothing, just like Sophie, you know. The first thing I did is, after we drove home, first of all, I ran Russell's, and around this ear was just, I was on that adrenaline. I just went on and on, which, Rhonda, forgive me. I know you understood half of the things. You probably didn't even understood or heard me because of your hearing aid. I love you for that. But I had made up in my mind that I was gonna come home. I'm gonna pack all things stuff, all her clothes, her bedding, whatever it was in here, pack it up and throw in the trash. And I tell you why. So how can you do this and blah blah blah. I tell you why. We all know that dogs pee and do the marketing. I don't know what their language is. I don't know what messages they have. But we know they communicate with the scent that they leave behind. So I want to clean up everything and make it as sterile as possible. So none of that, because I don't know what Zoe left behind, what her language was, if there was any suffering, if they in her scent was any negative sorrows or whatever. I wanted to get everything cleaned out and gone, because people like myself that love pets, that know the purpose of a pet. You know, they say they're angels and they're supposed to part of a God, filling us with love, using us tools when another human cannot give us what we need. The pet is the reserve energy right there. They'll be able to reach places in your heart that a human mind can't. I'm a believer of that. So therefore, I need a pet for me to continue in my journey of my mental health. I need to have a little creature that will always remind me I need to step out of my own self and take care of somebody other than myself, so I don't become totally self-entitled, selfish. Most of them I already am. That I need to keep my compassion, my empathy, the caring and loving intact, so I don't go into a depression and totally be more inverted than I already am, you know. So I need to have a pet to help me on my day-to-day tasks. It might sound selfish, but I don't think it is in so many ways. I think that's why God put these pets on earth for us. So another way to continue to, so I can outlive my purpose. So guys, so that brings me to the next step, because I've been asked what did I do with the clothes and the toys and all that. It's gone, because I'm gonna make room for the new one. And when the new pet, my new little doggy comes, hint hint hint, I want to make sure there is no negative messages left behind from Zoe. You know, I want that creature to have their own clothes, their own toys, their own bedding, their own scents. Everything is gonna be brand new for the next baby. And that gets me to the questions: what kind of dog would I take? It's very simple. Being in the environment that I'm in, I cannot do fur shedding. I have customers' clothes. They always come first. I cannot send somebody home with my pet's fur on it. So rather than long hair, gotta be short hair that doesn't shed. Maybe a Chihuahua, I don't know if they shed. Some do, some don't. It all depends. But anyway, no shedding. Not a lot of maintenance. I want to be able to do my own grooming because it is so expensive. People out there take such advantage of us having pets that the minute they see you, all they see is dollar signs. Oh, we're gonna play on your emotions. Maybe going to the vet, maybe going to the groom, maybe go to pet store. It is everybody just, you know, I can afford all that. So I want to have to be able to groom myself, and it has to be, it cannot be a puppy. Under 2 years, no. I don't have the capacity mentally, emotionally to go through the baby terrible twos, you know, with the potty training. I don't mind potty training an older dog like Zoe, but not a puppy, the hyperness, the chewing and all that. No, I can't. It has to be low energy. And usually the ones that pick me, they're the ones that usually wouldn't go to anybody else. They sit in the corner while all the other ones are going crazy and just full of energy and want to just jump on you and all that. No for me. I don't know. I'm already have this high energy, strong personality. Two of us know. One needs to be an alpha, the other one needs to be the submissive one. So I need a submissive dog, you know. Size, not more than 12 pounds. Again, because I'm in this small space, it wouldn't be fair to a dog to be in a small environment like mine. And I'm not able, I'm over 60, so me running, hiking, throwing stuff, I can't, you know, I cannot do all that throwing. I have herniated discs, so I gotta keep all these things in mind, because I need to be fair to that animal. You know, if I'm gonna take this in, this animal has to be able to serve me, but more important, so I have to be the best mom I possibly can be to this creature. So therefore, I have to take things in consideration that I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. I can take him to walks, and you know, I do whatever it takes to introduce them to the world, a world out there they might never seen before. That's not the problem. It's just certain things the dog needs is maybe on exercising, releasing energy, the space. I have to stay realistic. So small dog, a little bit more than 4 pounds, because Zoe was more of a carry-on than walk along. Even though that little girl, she could walk a little 2 miles, 2-3 miles, you know, she hung in there with me, you know. So yeah, let's be fair to the animal. If we take one, we have to think everything through. So to you all out there, if you have a creature that for whatever reason your lifestyle has changed, and you've been contemplating about taking it to a shelter or releasing or trying to rehome it for whatever reason, nobody will judge you, nobody will ask you why, how can you, how could you, whatever. I'll be your next pet's mom, but don't give me a baby that has all kind of illness. I cannot afford it, you know. And the last thing, I will never ask anybody else to take on the responsibility of my vet bills, you know. But don't put me in a position where it comes down to it, where I keep my utilities on to help this creature or not. So at your knowledge, make sure it is a healthy baby. I'll make sure she'll get her shots and whatever it needs, but I cannot foster or take on a baby that needs medical care assistance any kind of way. My business comes first, because without my business I cannot keep the lights on, I cannot eat, I won't have a car, so I'm gonna do nobody no good. I have to be able to have do my work while my baby. And I tell you what, Sophie and Zoe, they were perfect. They let me do what I needed to do because they knew their time would come. They get enough affection, enough exercises, they get everything they need. Their needs are so met that they understand mama's time is mama's time. They're not worried because they are not missing out on anything. Okay, so we got that covered. Man, that video is getting longer than what I expect. I love you guys for hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it. At the end of me yapping, which I'm gonna make it short now, there is all the pictures, and not all the pictures, there are thousands of pictures of Zoe and Veach and all that. I'm not gonna bore you with the videos, but I did some of my favorite pictures. Some of you are in the pictures with Zoe. I got them spread out. I need to say a big thank you. The number one on my list, of course, Russell and Rhonda Farmer. You guys are my hero. You know where my heart is. You know I'm not a social person. I don't do the bonding and hanging out. I don't need a pack of people for me to function. No, I love you even though I love you from a distance. I'm here for you. Whatever you need on alteration, not alteration, a ride, whatever, cup of sugar, I'm here for you. Even though I don't show it the way normal people may would and call you and love on you, I don't know how to do that. So please know that I'm so grateful and that I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'm always here for you. That's number one. Number two, I got a couple of sisters from another mother, as you might want to call it. Paige Heyman, you one of them. This Christmas arrangement, I love you. That was so sweet. I'm a sucker for roses. I'm a sucker for any kind of flowers. It just really made my day. It made me feel special. It gave me comfort. It made me feel loved. You just don't know how much it meant me. It showed me how much Zoe meant to you. Remember when I lost Zoe here, you came, you found her for me. My hero, sister from another mother. My other sister from another mother, Beth Patterson. She got me these flowers. She actually was the one, she came first thing in the morning when I opened, and she sat here with me while I was trying to get this bride's dress ready. Her wedding is today, and all this happened in the middle of me trying to get her little wedding dress ready. But I did it. Tears on the dress. I mean, you cannot see me, it was all lace. DNA of love, DNA of grieving. It's all sewed into her little wedding dress, and I told her that, says, you got so much love sewed into this dress, you're gonna have the most awesome wedding, I promise you, you know. So we had, Beth, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're just such a great supporter, emotional supporter. Beth knows exactly what to say, what not to say. There was no weeping, no, it didn't turn out well. She came to bring me comfort, and me turning out comforting her. No, she was just perfect. She just let me do, cry, not cry, speak, not speak. You know, she was just there for me. Love you, Beth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then we have Teresa House, of course. Teresa, after all that, she went ahead and called me and said, let's go out to your favorite Mexican place and get away for a little bit. Teresa, thank you for thinking of me. I know you got your own problems. You've got so much going on in your life, and I pray for you. I so appreciate you. You made time late yesterday evening to be there for me and buy me this my favorite dish, which was the stuffed chicken with the mushroom and the spinach and my steamed vegetable. Thank you, Teresa. It meant a lot to me to be with you, you know. And there's so many others. Debbie particularly, I forgot her last name, forgive me, Debbie. She got me the cutest, where are my earrings in the other room? She got me the cutest earrings. I got them on the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I didn't even expect. I kept telling your son-in-law to take the box back. She probably by accident put that in the bag, you know. And he texted and said, no, they're actually for you. I was just so taken back. I cried, of course. You know, it was just the love and the kindness, unbelievable. And then you guys out there, Bonnie, unbelievable. She got me this beautiful heart stone. It's all in the video. After me finishing talking, you'll see, and I found it a beautiful place. The Blitz family, Dr. Blitz, everybody, I mean, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages and love, gratitude, compassion, comforting notes and messages, stories how your pet has passed by, what you went through. It was just so heartfelt, and I wish I could communicate and text you all back and have a moment together about sharing some of the things. That's the reason why I'm doing this video. I just couldn't. There's not enough time in the day to sit there and share these moments. I feel you guys. I know exactly how your messages came across to me, what your intention was. I felt every bit of it, believing me, you know, and I just cannot tell you how thankful, how healing it was for me. Look at me, I'm absolutely doing fine. Linda Wilkinson just came, you know, and she was so heartbroken, and I'm trying to tell everybody, I don't need to see you in tears. I don't need to see you falling apart. I just don't. My brain doesn't function that way. I had my boohoo. I had my little moment of breakdown, but I move on. I don't stay stuck in my sorrow, you know. And it breaks my heart to see you in a moment of suffering because of Zoe death. That's not what I want for you guys. I want to enjoy your love. I want to enjoy your stories with joy and love in it. Okay, so let's keep it this way. It helps me to move on to my next fur baby, because I'm so looking forward. I cannot wait and see what Sophie and Zoe up there copying out, who they're sending me, because I know whoever is gonna come to me, whichever I'm gonna make this connection with, it's them two picking for me, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope I answered all the questions. If not, forgive me. You know, you can always on the video, I'm gonna pay attention, whatever question you may have, or comments you want to leave me, I'm going to respond to you, because I'm sure it's not going to be as many as it was, but I will try to respond to them since it's the weekend. And then just one more thing, yes, it is hard to find a new routine. And when I woke up the next morning, I swore I could hear Zoe. She wants to go outside to party, you know, and I said, oh, Zoe's not here. I know when I go in the kitchen, I'm making my breakfast, I want to grab the bowl for Zoe, and look, now she is not here. You know, all day I've been looking down there, and that's the reason why I had to remove everything, because I don't want to give myself that panic. What did I do with Zoe? Did I left her in the car? Did I forget her outside? Or, you know, so I'm getting used to it. So the moment I don't see something of her, I say, oh yeah, that's right, she's no longer here. I'm getting used to it. It's gonna be a process, but I'm ready to do the process. It's just part of it. I'm gonna be okay, you know, and it's getting better, you know. Especially when I did this video and I put all these pictures together, it just gave me the memory lane and where we were, what we were doing, how she reacted, you know. It's all good. It's healthy. It's joyful. It's peaceful. I love it. Since there was no negativity with Zoe. I didn't have no times where I was mad at her, she chewed up something, or she did something no. Zoe every day was positivity. She did get on my nerves though, when she could not wait until it's time to close and for her to barking, let's go. That I have to admit, that was irritating. But you know what? Yeah, I forgave her. That's just Zoe. Because on the other hand, I would complain because she wouldn't react or bark or make noises or you know. So it weighed itself out. Zoe, balance. Okay, guys, I'm truly ready to let you guys go now. I love you. Send me some more love. Let me know if you need anything. Let me know that you are hearing my heart, know how I feel, and you're gonna help me find my next baby. I love you guys. Watch all the pictures and the great gifts that I received. Thank you all. Make it an awesome day, weekend, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm going to try to get my routine together this week and do my little laundry, grab something to eat, make me some cooking, and talk to Zoe my own kind of little way. My thoughts are with you. My thoughts is with my Zoe. Thank you for loving her so much. Thank you for having patience with me and go through this journey with me. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Make it an awesome weekend. Thank you. Bye, guys.